Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is episode 3 of my deep dive into exploring the next 3 Marvel movies and the next 3 TV shows in order in my prediction too. Let's get started. Just to remind you guys, I'll be breaking down the next 3 Marvel movies and the next 3 TV shows in order. This is in-depth analysis that will split into 5 videos, and in each video, I'll be breaking down next 3 Marvel movies and the next 3 TV shows. And this video is part 3. In other words, episode 3. You can find the links to episode 1 and 2 in the description below. Without further ado, let's get started with the 3 Marvel movies. The first one is Doctor Strange 3. I believe one of these directors will direct the movie, either Sam Raimi or Scott Derrickson. And I think also one of them will be the writer of the movie. I think we're gonna further explore the multiverse and its implication in our MC universe and how it will set up future Marvel movies, including Avengers 5 and Avengers Secret Wars. And of course the introduction of new mystical threats and villains. It could possibly be Nightmare, since he was supposed to be a villain in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And of course, Clea's character, as we first seen her debut in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, where we expect her to see her character development and personal relationship with Doctor Strange. And also a quest for powerful mystical artifacts, where I think we would see some magical battles with amazing visual effects, as we have seen in the first movie of Doctor Strange. And we're gonna expect Wong's return, and his involvement will be so much important, and I think he will play a major role too. And we may get to see other mystical characters in the movie as we explore the world of Doctor Strange and Dark Dimension. Speaking of Dark Dimension, we will absolutely explore and deep dive into the Dark Dimension and other mystical realms, where I think we would see Doctor Strange and Clea team up together, as they do sometimes in the comics. And I think it is set to release on May 2026. The second movie is Armor Wars. We still don't know who will direct the movie, but we know that it will be written by Yasser Lester. We know that Armor Wars will explore the fallout of Tony Stark's technology falling into the wrong hands, and this may set up a war between the heroes and the government. Maybe like a Civil War type of movie, but we don't know who are the characters that might show up, or what this movie will lead into the future MCU movies. We will focus more on James Rhodes' role, aka War Machine, taking of course the central leading role in the movie. And I also think Justin Hammer will return, and he will play a major role in the movie. And I think he's gonna end up being the villain of the movie, using Tony Stark's weapon and technology, as he always wanted and intended to do in Iron Man 2 movie. We may expect to see the return of Pepper Potts, Happy Hogan, and maybe an adult version of Morgan Stark. Maybe she's gonna be played by once again Catherine Langford, as she appeared in Avengers Endgame deleted scenes, where she met Tony Stark. The movie obviously will have a lot of action-packed involving advanced technology, as I just mentioned. It will be an epic movie going forward to the MCU, and I believe it may be tied up with Black Panther 3, and I'm gonna go deep dive in my Black Panther 3 video in the final episode, which will come soon. And I believe it is set to release on February 2026. The final movie that we're gonna be talking about today is Shang-Chi 2. It will be directed and written by Destin Daniel Cretton. I believe we'll get to continue to explore the Ten Rings organization and its impact on the world, since it was teased way back in the first MCU movie Iron Man, when Tony Stark got captured by the Ten Rings themselves. We will also get the introduction of the new martial arts villains, and maybe Fin Fang Foom will be the main villain in the movie, as he has a lot of connection and strong links with the Ten Rings in the comics. And we will also explore the development of Xu Xiaoling's role and her leadership of the Ten Rings, as it was teased in Shang-Chi post-credit scenes. Since I said that the Ten Rings series might get cancelled, I think the story that they want to use in the series will be told in the movie. That is why I think the movie will be gigantic. I think Shang-Chi will get to explore and travel across the countries and seeking new adventure where it will take him. And I think this will be the way Iron Fist will be introduced in Shang-Chi 2. We don't know if Finn Jones will reprise his role, or it might be played by a different actor. Either way, I am okay with anyone, but I loved Finn Jones as Iron Fist, and he was amazing. And I believe Shang-Chi and Iron Fist will team up to fight Fin Fang Foom. And by the end of the movie, it will be perfect to see them both fighting with their fighting styles, and it will be one of the most anticipated movie for the MCU going forward. And this movie will also tease the future storylines and potential crossovers with other Marvel heroes, and we don't know if if other characters will pop out in the movie. And I think it will be set to release on November 2026. The first series that I'm going to be talking about this video is Wonder Man. The head writer for this series is Andrew Gust, while the co-creator is Destin Daniel Cretton. I think it will be the last live action series set to release in 2025, and this will be the introduction to Simon Williams, aka Wonder Man, a former actor turned superhero later on, and we will get to see and explore his origin story throughout the series and his transformation into Wonder Man. The story, I think it will be obviously set up in Hollywood since he's a big star, and it will blend him in being an actor and entertainment industry. And I also believe he would also have a complex personality where he must balance and find his true self to explore his struggles with his fame and a lot of responsibility to take care of. We would expect to see a villain, of course, throughout the series, and it has not been confirmed who is the villain or who will play the villain in the series. Maybe Wonder Man will team up with other new heroes, or possibly heroes that we have already met in the MCU. We still don't know, but we gotta wait and see who's gonna show up, and yeah, it will be exciting. Finally, Wonder Man will obviously set to appear in other MCU movies, where he will team up with the Avengers, and this can confirm that he will set to appear in Avengers 5 and also Avengers Secret Wars. And as I said, I think it will be released in fall 2025. Second series that I want to talk about is Marvel Zombies, written by Robert Kirkman and Zeb Wells. It will obviously set in alternate reality, where the Marvel universe is overrun by a zombie apocalypse. And at that universe we'll get to see a lot of characters turned into zombies, and I believe one of the main characters will be Scarlet Witch, Iron Man, Captain America, and Spider-Man, and also more characters too. It will focus a lot on survival horror elements, with heroes and villains transformed into zombies, as I said, and it is the reality that will be full of zombies, of our favorite superheroes. It will have a dark tone and more mature, and this will make a series even a lot better. And I believe this series will have a new introduction of new heroes who have survived the apocalypse and fighting to save the world. The villains might show up in the series, and I do believe Thanos will show up. And I think this series will cover a lot of elements of horror that I just mentioned, and it may also tie up with our MCU timeline. The characters will be facing a difficult moral dilemmas as they navigate the apocalypse and find a way to live and survive. It may also have a connection ties to What If, as we saw some superheroes turn zombies, and it was one of the best episodes in What If. And I think it will be released in fall 2025. And the last series that I'm gonna be talking about today is my favorite series animated in Marvel Studios, which is of course X-Men 97. So we're gonna explore more about X-Men 97 as they confirmed season 2 is now in post-production. It is of course written by Beau DeMayo. And we will continue where the series left off, and we will get to explore En Sabah Noor, aka Apocalypse, during his time in 3000 BC. And it is one of the most shocking scenes I saw in the TV series, and I can't wait to see them all in the live action in MCU. I believe we will explore more mutants politics and the ongoing struggle for mutants' right, as we have seen a little bit in the first season. And we will also get to see some epic battles, powerful enemies like Apocalypse, and they will show how strong he is, since he is the world's first mutant. We will finally get to explore more characters and the expansion of the X-Men universe, of their place and settings around the series. We may get to see Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, Polaris, Angel, Colossus, Magic, and even Kitty Pryde, and so much more. There are so much to cover about this series, and we will talk about it more soon. And I think it is set to release on spring 2027. And that is all for today. Thank you guys for tuning in, and catch you guys later, and see ya.